everyone, today is going to be a very chill video and it is going to be a Q&A. I've asked a couple of times on my community page, on Instagram, and in a couple of videos for you guys to ask me some questions so I could film a Q&A, so here we are. I was originally going to do this as a get ready with me, but honestly I have to pre-film like 8 videos before we're going to New Hampshire for Christmas to hang out with my husband's family, so I simply just don't have time to do another full makeup look because I'm pre-filming so much. So we're just going to go straight into the questions, and I have a lot on my list, so some I might have talked about in previous videos before, but hey, we're just gonna go over it all again. The first question is, how did you fall in love with colorful makeup and learn how to use bright and fun colors? So I've kind of touched on this, but I always really liked art in school, and I actually studied art and design in school for a while, so I've always been kind of into drawing and painting and all those kind of things, and even though I was never super good at it, I always had a passion for it, and it was something that I really enjoy doing. And I've always loved to experiment. Even when I was younger, I would always wear like colorful clothes, and I just liked colors and everything, and I was always drawn to it. So for me, it was just like a natural step when it came to makeup. When I first got into makeup, that I gravitated towards colors. So I don't know, it's not really something in particular that has made me be drawn to color. I think it's just my personality too. I just feel like I'm a colorful person, if that's the thing. So yeah, no, I've just always really liked bright and fun colors, and I feel like it just gets me in a better mood. Next question. What colors have you had your hair? What was your favorite and what do you plan to do next? So honestly, the first time I ever colored my hair a crazy color was right before I started my channel. So I used to have green hair. I will put up pictures on the screen so you can see, but I used to have green hair. That was my first crazy color, and I almost think that the green was my favorite. A lot of people said that I looked like a natural greenhead, which I thought was so funny, but honestly I can kind of see it. Like, I feel like I pulled off that color really well. So I don't know, I feel like red is probably my favorite, to be honest. Like, I really love this color, and also it hasn't been fading at all. Like, I washed my hair now 3 times. I only wash my hair about once a week because I want my hair color to stay in. So I mean, I haven't refreshed it at all, and it still looks as vibrant as it did when I walked out of the salon. So it seems to be a little bit less upkeep than, say, the blue that I had. The blue, oh my god, the blue would bleed everywhere. My pillowcases were blue, my clothes were blue, like I could not get away from the blue staining everything. So the blue was kind of a pain in the ass, even though I really did like it and I thought it looked good on me, but I don't know. The purple though, so those were all the 4 colors. I did have purple as well, and you guys have probably seen that if you've been on my channel for a little while, because that was the previous color that I had. I liked the purple, but it wasn't my favorite. It's probably my least favorite, to be honest, and I feel like maybe it just because it wasn't too out there. You know, I didn't feel like I was that special when I had purple hair, because a lot of people have purple hair, so it's not like you walk past someone and they go, oh look, purple hair. But when I had the green hair, everybody was like, ooh, green hair. You know what I mean? Like, I feel special in certain colors, and this is definitely a kind of color that I feel like I can rock and I can be really confident in. So I don't know, I think this is going to have to be my favorite. So what color do I want to do next? I think next, I don't even know if I want to switch my color anytime soon, because I've really been enjoying this, but I do want to try orange hair as well, which would be a really easy transition from the red that I have. And I also want to try pink. So let me know down below what I should do next. Should I do orange or should I do pink? Because both would be pretty easy coming out of the red. So yeah, no, I don't really know. If you have any other suggestions what hair color you want to see me do, leave it down below as well, because I'm open to trying anything. So I mean, except for I don't really want to go back to my natural color, which is just a brown. I'll put a picture of that on the screen as well if you want to see what my natural hair color looks like. So yeah, let me know which hair color on me was your favorite, because I would love to know. I feel like everybody has different opinions, and I think my husband's favorite was actually the blue. So, you know, there we go. Question number 3. One shade you will never wear on your eyes. I don't think there's ever a shade that I won't wear on my eyes. I'll find a way to make any shade work for me. Obviously, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of neutrals, so you know, if I can choose one color that I would rather not wear on my eyes, it would be brown, but I can make brown work for me. I can definitely find a way to make brown look interesting, but it's just not something that I really gravitate towards. Black I really love. Maybe white. I don't know if I would want to wear like a full white, blown out, smoky white eye. Is that even a thing? I don't even know if you could make that a thing, but I feel like that would look really fucking weird. But hey, maybe I should try it sometime and see how it works out, because it could be kind of fun, right? So the next question is one that I got by so many different people in so many different ways, and basically it is, what brand would you like to collaborate with? What do you want to make? If you could make an eyeshadow palette, what shades would be in it? What would the names be? And so on. And honestly, I haven't really thought about that. other than I would love to work with Juvia's place. I would love to make a palette with Juvia's place, but what color story that would be, it would probably take me a year to decide, because there are so many things that I would want in an eyeshadow palette, and I don't think I would ever be completely satisfied with it. I feel like I would go back and forth all the time and be like, that purple shade should probably be something else, and this green shade should probably be something else. But I mean, the only thing I know is that it would be a very colorful palette. It would not be a rainbow palette. It would probably include a duochrome, and it would probably be based on like 2 or 3 different colors, and like have a good color story within that, and it would probably be a 12 pan palette. So that's really like the gist of what I would like to make. If I say I had my own brand, that would be like my first product, probably a 12 pan eyeshadow palette. So yeah, no, I really don't know any more than that. Question number 4, how did you end up in Nevada, and how do you find living in the States versus Europe? What do you miss from home? I said in my story video that I moved to Vegas because I used to be a professional poker player, so that's kind of how I ended up here. I don't play that much anymore, so I still like it here. I love it here actually. This is where I met my husband, so that is also why we live here, because he lived here at the time and it just seemed like the best place for us to live. We now have a house here, we have 2 pets, we're really happy together. Actually today we're going out for dinner to celebrate our 4-year anniversary, which is awesome. We've been together for 7 years now and we're super happy. So yeah, what do I miss from home though? I don't really miss a lot from home, to be honest, because the weather here in Vegas is amazing the whole year. We have sun every day, it barely rains at all, the weather is just so stable. We still kind of have 4 seasons. I mean, okay, not really, we don't really have winter, but it still gets cold, and we still have fall, we still have spring. It just doesn't like rain, you know what I mean? So no, I really like the weather here. The only thing I miss about Norway is my family, because my whole family lives in Norway and I really don't get to see him that much. So that is the one downside, I suppose, of living away from home. But other than that, I love living in the States too, because everything is so much cheaper. If you've been to Europe at all, especially if you've been to Scandinavia or any other countries like in the area, you would know how freaking expensive everything is. Not only just like the housing market is absurd, also just like the grocery stores, everything, you have to pay taxes on shit. Shipping to Europe is terrible if you live in the States, and just like there's so many things that are so much better here in the States that I really love. So I honestly don't think I would want to move anywhere else, even if I could, because I love it here. The next question is, do you and your husband speak Norwegian to each other? And I think I just answered that because my husband is American. He's from New Hampshire. Like I said, we're going to visit his family for Christmas, so no, we don't speak Norwegian. He doesn't know a word of Norwegian. He doesn't know any other languages than English, so I speak English to him. And honestly, I've kind of started to think in English too now, which I've done for a while, but it's so funny when you make the switch from a different language to literally thinking in the language that you were born in to thinking in your second language. And that's kind of what happened to me after a while, and now I have a hard time speaking Norwegian sometimes because I just don't use the language that often. I probably talk to my mom on the phone like once a month, but usually we just text, so I don't actually get to speak Norwegian a lot. So it's funny how things work, because I feel like my Norwegian is so much worse than my English now, even though it's my native language, and I spoke Norwegian for the first 20 years of my life. Have any of you guys lived abroad and had the same thing happen? Because I think it's so interesting how languages just kind of change the way you think. So yeah, if you lived abroad and you've experienced the same thing, let me know, because I want to hear your story. Next question is, what makes you smile instantly? And this is going to sound really cheesy, but my cat. I love my cat so much. And notice how I said my cat and not our cat, because honestly, he's my baby. I love him so much. We kind of went back and forth about having pets for a while because we didn't know what we wanted. We knew we wanted pets, but he wanted a dog and I wanted a cat. So, and I am not really a dog person, so we kind of had to compromise, so we just ended up getting both. And I told him when we got the dog, I'm like, this is your dog. If he poops, you're picking it up, because I don't want to pick up dog poop because it's your dog. I hate dogs. I don't hate dogs, but I don't really like dogs that much. So if you're a dog person, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but you know, some people are just cat people and some people are dog people, and I'm a cat person. I grew up with cats, I love cats. So yeah, Churro is my little baby. He just turned 2 years old and we got them pretty much together. We got the cat about a month before we got the dog, and we got them both at 8 weeks old. So we got them both when they were really small because we wanted them to grow up together. We wanted them to get along from the start, and that turned out to be such a good idea because now they are best buddies. They play together every day. They're so cute, literally so cute. And I really don't need any kind of entertainment when I have them around because they will tear down the house, they will run around, they will chase each other, they will knock shit over. You should see the battles that they have sometimes, and it is so funny because the dog is so gentle with the cat even though the dog is like 90 pounds and the cat is 10, so yeah, it's quite a funny sight. Next question is very interesting. So if you could get PR from one brand, what would it be? This is so tough because there's a lot of brands that I would like to receive PR from, but if I could only choose one, I would probably choose a brand that comes out with a lot of stuff all the time so that I would get a lot of stuff. Like, is that greedy? I don't know, but I think maybe I would choose ColourPop because I actually like a lot of ColourPop's product. This would not be my first choice if I had like a list of brands that I could get PR from and not just one brand, but if it was one brand, I would probably choose ColourPop because like I said, I like a lot of their stuff, but usually not enough to pick it up. But it's one of those things that if I had it, I would be really happy. And I also think that they would make for really good like review videos because a lot of people like ColourPop, and so I think those videos would do really well if I think of it in terms of my channel and like growing my channel. I think ColourPop would be a good choice. So yeah, I think I would choose ColourPop, even though they're, you know, not a luxury brand at all and it's very inexpensive and it's something that I could easily buy, but having a whole collection of something would just be so fun. So I think I would say ColourPop. Next question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? So I have traveled a lot in my life. If you see my story video, you will know that. I spent about 3 years, I want to say, traveling the world playing in poker tournaments. So I've seen a lot of places, and even though when I was at the tournaments I didn't necessarily get to see the cities that I was in, but I've seen a lot of places. So I don't want to say I'm sick of traveling, but I feel like I've been there, done that, and I'm kind of happy to be settled right now. But one place that I would love to go that I have not been to is Japan. I really want to go to Tokyo. I really just want to go there and eat all the sushi every day, and it just seems like such an interesting country and I would love to check it out. So I think Japan would probably be on top of my list of places that I want to go visit. I would also probably want to go to China, and I want to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. I think that would be fun. But yeah, other than that, I don't really think I have like a bucket list of places that I want to visit anymore because I've been to most of the places that I wanted to go to. I've been very blessed in that way. So yeah, no, I don't know. I'm honestly kind of just happy to stay in Las Vegas and just be here with the dogs and my husband and do this because this is what I love to do. I finally feel like I'm at a place in my life where I'm like old enough to be happy to be settled and not really crave to do crazy stuff anymore, which feels kind of good. The next question is something that I've actually thought about for a while, and this is, would you ever feel comfortable doing a meet and greet with your subscribers? And I know a lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, but I know some of you guys live in Vegas, and I actually had this conversation with a in real life friend of mine, and I was like, wouldn't it be so fun if we could go have lunch with some of my subscribers sometime? Like, I would love to do a meet and greet. If you live in Vegas, or you plan on coming to Vegas or anything, leave it down in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram or something. I'm not sure how comfortable I would be just like meeting up with like one person at a time. I think I would prefer to be in a bigger group for the first time because, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes it's a bit awkward to meet someone, you know, one-on-one on the first time. So yeah, no, I would love to meet you guys. I think that would be so awesome. So if you're ever in Vegas or you live in Vegas somehow, please let me know and maybe we can work something out. I think that would be great. Next question is, what music are you into? I'm not really big on music. I don't want to say I don't like music, but I don't have a passion for music. Usually I will listen to the radio. I don't have a favorite band or anything like that. I don't really have a favorite genre of music. I do have a few that I don't necessarily like. I'm not really into hardcore rock or like heavy metal or anything like that. Like really noisy, loud music I don't really like. Yeah, I'll listen to pretty much everything. I'm not super picky. If there's something on the radio, it's very unlikely that I'm going to turn it off and put on a new station because I just don't really care that much about music. I love having music in the background, but I'm not the kind of person who will sing along to the lyrics of any song. I barely know lyrics, anything. I can listen to a song 10 times on repeat and still not know the lyrics because my memory is so bad. So yeah, no, I mean, I like music and I'm happy it's in my life, but it's not something that I'm super into, and I'm not going to be looking for new music to put on my playlist and stuff like that. It's never really been my thing. Next question is, will you ever do a video with your husband? I've thought about this. I think it would be fun. I don't want to do a my husband does my makeup kind of video. I think it would be more of like a Q&A kind of video, or I don't know. Let me know if you have an idea of what you want to see with my husband, if you want to see him be in a video. I don't think he would want to be in one though. He's really not that kind of person, but if I can come up with a funny idea, or you guys can help me come up with a funny idea that you think that he might be comfortable being in, that doesn't really have anything to do with him applying makeup or anything like that, because that is just not something he would do, I could probably maybe do a husband guesses prices of makeup or something like that, but even like a chatty video would kind of be fun too. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because I would love to somehow talk him into doing one with me. I think that would be kind of fun. And the last question is probably the funniest. What's your favorite smell, and are you ready for the zombie apocalypse? What is my favorite smell? Oh, that is such a weird question. I've never thought of that. I kind of want to say Cinnabon, because you know how every time you walk past a Cinnabon, it just smells like heaven, and it smells so good. And I'm such a sucker for sweets. You guys know that. I've said that in so many videos. I love chocolate, I love anything sugary, I love sweet stuff, so just the smell of Cinnabon. Oh, I just want a cinnamon roll right now. But probably anything sweet, to be honest. And am I ready for a zombie apocalypse? Absolutely not. I'd probably be the first one to die, and my cardio is shit because I'm not able to work out, so I probably wouldn't be able to run away from them. I don't really have a lot of food stocked up. I don't know how I would do if zombies were to invade. We don't have any guns in the house. I wouldn't have anything to kill them with, so yeah, I would probably die, honestly. I don't think I will ever be ready for a zombie apocalypse, but hey, hopefully that'll just never happen. So I think those were all the questions for today's Q&A. If you want to see more Q&As, please let me know, because these are so fun to film. I like to share more about my life with you guys because I want you guys to get to know me and learn who I am, and I think this is a fun way to do so. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel for some reason, which I don't see why you would be in a Q&A video, but if you are, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!